Man opens a chip shop, let the story commence. Craig went into a chippy and went, oh, fucking look at this, man. Had chips. He's on the right. He's on the right. The next night he went to another chippy. His wife, Mary, said, another chippy. He said, I'm just... Chippies aren't what they used to be, I don't think. I don't know if it's my taste. I don't know if my tongue has changed. But they would taste a bit like the fat that they use or whatever they cook the chips in. It doesn't seem to be the same stuff. Like I don't really know what dripping is, but it's like they used to use dripping and now they don't, or they used to use something but now they use dripping, or it used to be lard, or they don't taste the way they used to. Something's not right. There's kind of minging. I want to get to the fucking bottom of it because I used to love chippy chips and now there's something no right with them. I don't know. I want to get back to that. She says it's probably just no changed at all and you've just sort of changed. He said, I don't think so. She says, well, how do you know? Well, how do you know anything, Mary? How do you know anything? And she said, don't marry me. So he went, right, I'm going to actually do something about this. And later in the week, she checked her, had a joint bank account. She had a look and they had that much money before and now they've got that much money. And she said, I need to get in touch with you need to get in touch with the bank. We've been scammed or like identity theft or one of the things because we've not got any fucking money left. He said, well, we do, but I've invested it. She says, what in? Stocks and shares? An ISA? What? He said, a chippy. I'm starting a chippy. I'm going to open a chip shop. She said, that's really funny. Where's the fucking money? He said, you're a poet, you didn't know it. She said, where's the fucking money? He said, well, the chip shop's been bought. The chippy I was at the other night? I offered them money, I'd just take care of it. Got to take care of the whole thing. Because I want to find out, I want to get to the bottom of it. She says, seriously, where's the money? He says, that I'm serious. And after like arguing about it for half an hour, she says, you know what, Craig, you're crazy, but that's why I fell in love with you. So he was in the chippy for a bit of the weekend, had it shut for the weekend. People were at the shutters outside going, what's happening? New management and new chips. None of that shite for before. Everybody's like, but we on about, we love the chips in here. Well, the best just got better. They're like, oh, well, don't think I'll be coming back here then. He says, no, seriously, if you liked what they were before, they're going to be even better now. They went, all right then, when you open? Monday. So they all turned up Monday and Craig pulled up the shutters at 6 o'clock, ready for everybody. There's a nice wee queue outside, like some sort of arty place, some sort of fancy artisan, bread maker, bakers, some new restaurant that does to take bookings, so you just got to queue up. One of the ones, the opening of a new shop, an Apple shop, one of these fucking things, queue. And he went, right, there you go. And everybody was having the chips, and they all went like that. They're really nice. They're really nice. They're like the ones before, but they feel like baked, like a cake, but no sugary or anything. They're kind of crispy, but still sort of soft, like roast potatoes. but no, like, you still have your vinegar and everything on it. These are the best chips I've ever had. How do you do it? He said that would be giving my secrets away. And then he got all these brilliant reviews and everything. And somebody wanted to find out, it was a competitor called John McSlugworth, a chippy, no John, sorry, Hamish McSlugworth. Like Slugworth for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but Scottish. And he sneaked in one night to try and look about to find the secret ingredients for the chip fat, because he thought it was all to do with the chip fat. And he heard some rustling about in the back. He thought the place was empty. He's like, oh shit. He's like, wait a minute, what's actually going on in there? And he looked in and he saw old Craig kind of pottering about in the kitchen by himself. This is like 1 a.m. A Sunday night, in preparation for a whole new week of chips. And Craig was naked for the bottom, for the waist down. So he had the kind of, the white overall sort of thing here, but he was naked for the waist down. And Hamish McSlugworth kept watching him, and he was initially looking at Craig's cock and balls. No bad cock on him, by the way. But incidentally, nothing to do with anything. But no bad cock on him. Nice hard on. And then, he turned around and he noticed that Craig's arse was red. Like kind of circular sort of redness. As if he'd been dipping his arse in boiling chip fat. Like the Japan flag. Aye. Just like that. And he watched as Craig, first of all, went up to the chip fat that was boiling. It wasn't quite boiling, but it was fucking hot. And farted in the chip fat to get like kind of extra bubbles. Because you see fart bubbles, they sort of stay within chip fat. I don't know if you know that, whereas just normal air goes up, it just leaves. It sort of stays in. It's weird to do with like methane and shite particles. And then, so Slugworth thought, so that's the thing, you fart in the chip fat, right? I wonder if you need a special sort of diet so that the farts are a certain brand to get them up, but it didn't end there. Because then Craig started doing wee shites in the chip fat. Wee shites that were like that long and quite wee, quite thin for a shite, that is, but the perfect length and width for chips. Slugworth thought, I'm not seeing this. And he sort of accidentally stood on something. And Craig went like, is somebody there? Craig looked out, nobody there. But the door was a wee bit open, the front door. Craig was like, must have been the wind. Craig also went like that. He had a bottle or some sort of alcohol in a brown paper bag, and he went like that. On Monday, everybody was back in, bigger queue than ever. More reviews, good reviews and stuff like that. It was on some programme. It was on some teleprogramme and everything. He was getting filmed for some programme, another one, so he was in some programme and then getting filmed for a new one, and they had our influencers and all that, you know, the sad cases. Slugworth, everybody's eating the chips. Slugworth ran in and went like that. It's shite. Yous are eating shite. And I don't mean it's bad. I mean, the chips are his shite. And nobody would listen. Nobody cared. He's like, are you gone crazy? I'm telling you that it's his shite you're eating. And people are like, so what? You know, if it tastes good, who cares? He's like, what's happened to the world today? You're like literally eating his shite. And like, who cares if it tastes good? And it's like, wow. I thought like this would be the big ending, and like no one cares. And everybody, that's the end of the story, because now I'm going to turn to the camera. Because that's what it's like, man. It's like you point out like what's wrong and you go, you know, and like you'd think like with Twitter and places like that, if people come together and we have cameras and videos and being able to show people what's happening, what's going on in the world, that people would be like, once they see it, we can talk to each other and we're closer, then the world would become a better place. But no one cares. No one gives a shit. And that's a true story. How do I know? Because I'm in one. Thank you. Thank you. That was like the Twilight Zone or something. Like, that's actually like Twilight Zone or Black Mirror. Like, actually, it's like that, isn't it?